everybody, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews. Today we are going to review one of the 2017 lineup from Papo, and again, it's really hard for me to decide which one was my favorite, but this one is also up there in my favorites of last year's series, and it is this, the Cryolophosaurus. It is incredible, absolutely incredible. This thing is so beautiful and so nice looking in person. Words don't even describe it. This thing is just marvelous. It'll take your breath away almost. If you are a fan of dinosaurs or Cryolophosaurus in general, this thing is just so nice. It almost has a tripod type pose on it, but I don't think it's meant that it stood this way. That's not the idea that I'm getting from them. I think it's just in an action pose. Like, I don't know if maybe something had startled it, it took a step back and up, or maybe you should just pose it with its mouth open. Maybe it was in the process of fighting with another Cryolophosaurus or some sort of a dinosaur that it was trying to kill. I don't know exactly what the idea was behind the pose, but to me it is definitely an action pose of some kind, and it's not meant to look like it's stands this way like the old theories on dinosaurs where they thought that they were on a tripod with the tail dragging. I don't believe that's the idea that Papo is going for with this, but it's just the pose that they put it in, and I personally like it a lot. I think it looks absolutely beautiful. So with that aside, let's take a closer look at the actual model. Starting at the head, as you can see, articulated jaw. The teeth are so nicely done. They're so small, and each one has been individually painted. They all look absolutely beautiful. The detail inside the mouth, also fantastic. It's colored really well, and the detail, especially if you look at it, it's hard to see here, but if you can see on the upper part of the mouth there, it looks absolutely incredible, the detail that they put into this thing. Just in general, Papo always does such a great job with their sculpts. They always just put ridiculous amounts of detail into their models, and this one is definitely no exception. The detail is phenomenal. As you can see, the nostrils are sculpted out really nicely. Mine are actually a slightly different color than the rest of the body, which gives it a pretty neat look. It's got this little crest is beautifully done. It's not very flashy, which I kind of would have expected. Maybe they would put a flashy color on there, which they did not do, but I think it still looks very nice, very realistic coloring. The color scheme of this, which nobody can deny, is very reminiscent of Sideshow's Ceratosaurus. It's pretty much the exact same thing. I assume that's probably where they got their inspiration for the paint job, but I could be wrong. I don't know for sure, but it is eerily similar to that model, that statue. Again, beautiful detail all over the place. A nice yellow eye, beautiful orange color here on the back. Tons and tons of spikes and spines here lead the entire back of the dinosaur. So he's got lots and lots of detail put into the back here. The shades of the orangish color, they just kind of change to lighter areas and darker areas, and you almost don't even notice the subtle changes in the coloration. They've done such a good job on this. It's so very striking, and the entire body has a gloss type finish, which the other ones that they had released in 2017 didn't really have this shiny glossy look to it. So that was one thing that one characteristic of this model that I think really helped it to stand out from the other ones, especially the other carnivores that they released in Acrocanthosaurus and Ceratosaurus. But yeah, I think that the gloss actually, I normally don't like my dinosaurs looking glossy like this, but I really think that helped this one just have such a nice realistic look. It really looks real to me. It looks like a small little lizard that I would have in my hand. If you pump this thing up to full size, man, it would be incredible. But yeah, beautiful detailing. The neck has absolutely awesome detail. Very nice skin folds here in the neck area. Beautiful skin folds down here in the stomach. The arms have been sculpted really well. Unfortunately, just pure black claws on the arms and feet. But again, they do look very nice regardless. Nice gloss on them. I forgot to mention that the mouth does have a nice gloss, as does the eye. But I mean, really, the whole body has a gloss. I guess you can't really point it out too much that certain areas are glossier than others, but they kind of do appear to be a little glossier to me than the other parts of it. Feet sculpted beautifully. Nicely done. Some more little skin folds back here by the tail. Comes to a nice little curve. Beautifully curved tail. Both sides are similar. The underside of the feet are a nice lighter color than the upper part of the body. As you can see there. Beautiful detailing on the entire underside. Some more skin folds here. So yeah, they did a great job on this thing. The paint job in general is just absolutely awesome. So nicely done. The articulated jaw moves very nicely. You can see there's a little bit of a shade of a different color on the underside of the head up there. That, again, just nice little subtle paint differences that they have throughout the body that you just don't even notice half the time until you get a really closer look. Even the head itself is actually a slightly different shade than the rest of the body here. It's a little bit more of a yellowish color almost, like a dark yellow. Very narrow face on this. So yeah, it is absolutely jaw-dropping, guys. Beautiful rendition of the Cryolophosaurus. You guys, if you purchase this thing, trust me, when you get it out of the package, you will be immediately blown away by its beauty. Everything about it is just so nicely done. Papo does such great jobs on their dinosaurs, and this one did differ a bit from the prototype picture, but honestly, the difference between the prototype and the actual figure, it doesn't really make a difference to me, because once you pull this thing out in person, it looks phenomenal. So, I mean, sometimes with certain dinosaurs they've released, you get it and you say, wow, that doesn't look at all like the picture. When I purchased it, you know, their prototype pictures, like for instance the Brachiosaurus, I think looks way better in the prototype pictures than it does of the actual figure, but that is not an issue here with the Cryolophosaurus whatsoever. This thing is phenomenal in person, so definitely worth even a blind buy. I would recommend this to anybody. As far as the size goes, you're looking at the height, a little over, in between 4 and 4.5. It's under 4.5, but not too much. The length from the head to the tail, it's about 6 inches. So it's a nice sized dinosaur, but it's not very big. It's similar in size to the Ceratosaurus, but it's taller because it's standing in more of a tripod position, whereas the Ceratosaurus was a lot lower to the ground. This one is up higher, but it's absolutely phenomenal, equally as nice as the Ceratosaurus, and I think the Ceratosaurus was probably my favorite from last year, and this guy here would have a little bit of a fight with the Acro to take the place of second, but honestly I think this one will probably be my second favorite. It's pretty close to beating out the Ceratosaurus, really, just because the paint job is so beautifully done. So yeah, guys, I will link you in the description as to where you can purchase one of these. Cannot recommend this or mostly everything from Papo enough to anybody. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.